Recessions are not fun times for most people, as tens of millions get laid off, hundreds of companies go bankrupt, and billions of dollars are lost across the board. One sector that seems especially prone to losses during a recession is the luxury market, as people cut back on things they don't need. For instance, revenue for high-end department stores plummeted 25% in 2009, accompanied by a 70% price reduction. However, this is not the case for luxury brands. During the same time period, Louis Vuitton's revenue flatlined, while Richemont actually increased by 2.4%. Some luxury brands did see decreases up to 10%, but for the most part, luxury brands fared much better than the average retail store and miles better than the stock market, which almost halved in value. So, why do luxury brands thrive in recessions? The thing is, truly wealthy people don't lose money during recessions, they actually make money. During the last recession, the wealthiest 5 to 10% of Americans actually saw their share of the country's wealth increase between 2007 and 2009. As a result, luxury brands stop accommodating for wannabe rich people and drop baseline products that are mainly intended for this crowd. Instead, they increase the quality of all of their products and increase the price accordingly, plus a lot more. In fact, Bag Hunter, an online reseller, found that the price of the Chanel Classic Medium Flap bag increased 72% between 2011 and 2017, and almost doubled in price from $2,500 at the start of the recession in 2008 to $4,900 in 2017. Similarly, the New York Times found that between January 2008 and May 2009, instead of toning down branding and decreasing prices, Louis Vuitton and Gucci actually produced flashier products with more conspicuous logos. This abrupt change actually led to an increase in profits for both companies in the European handbag divisions. Inside the US, Louis Vuitton's revenue remained stagnant, while Gucci's revenue actually increased by 14.5%. Hermes actually produced some of the largest profit margins in its history before and during the recession. You see, people who are truly wealthy don't shop luxury brands for the fashion statement or the status, but rather for the quality. They look for custom craftsmanship like you find in a high-end tailored suit or a bespoke Rolls-Royce. Considering this, wealthy individuals are actually more attracted to these brands when their main focus is on quality rather than fashion. Aside from a more refined target demographic, recessions give luxury brands the opportunity to connect directly with their audience as well. People looking to buy luxury brands flock towards their retail stores and online stores of the luxury brands themselves, as many wholesalers close down many of their stores during recessions. This direct link to customers helps to develop brand loyalty and garner more long-term customers. Next up, recessions drive traffic to certain luxury industries that hold value. For the most part, this is various types of jewelry, whether a Rolls-Royce watch or a diamond necklace. During recessions, commodities like gold and diamond generally drop in price. As a result, jewelry stores can offer their jewelry at much cheaper prices and still make a good profit, as the raw materials themselves are cheaper. Many rich individuals really like commodities as investments, oftentimes even more than the classic stocks, bonds, and real estate. These people buy up hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars in various types of jewelry, enabling the jewelry industry to pull in substantial revenue even during the worst of recessions. Moving on, luxury brands also start to focus more on an international audience, specifically on countries that have not been affected by the recession as much. This is generally in up-and-coming countries where even a negative impact will simply result in smaller growth rather than negative growth. In the last recession, this was mainly China. Before the last recession, China's manufacturing industry was growing exponentially, allowing for the GDP to skyrocket, growing 10 to 15% year after year. As a result, even during the depths of the recession, though China's GDP growth rate was significantly impacted, it was still largely positive at over 5%. This outstanding economic performance allowed many business moguls to continue growing and making more profits, making it easier for them to afford imported goods. The Chinese yuan is a pegged currency, meaning that market forces don't affect the value of the currency. However, generally, the currency values of countries that are significantly outperforming Western countries at any given time period will significantly increase. As a result, luxury goods produced in Western markets will become substantially cheaper in these up-and-coming countries, making it available to a much larger audience. In fact, The vast majority of the growth immediately following the last recession was because of a rapid increase in luxury good consumption in China. Clearly, targeting countries that are comparatively doing better in a recession can be very lucrative. Something else that is very lucrative for luxury brands during recessions is increased exclusivity. One of the fundamental appeals to luxury brands, aside from the quality and functionality of the product, is that they offer exclusivity. And when the entire market is on a downturn and much less wannabe rich people are in the market, these luxury brands become significantly more exclusive. And of course, certain affluent people are drawn more towards luxury brands when they are more exclusive. So overall, during recessions, luxury brands shift their focus onto affluent members of society and international customers, which is further aided by wealthy people wanting to invest in certain commodities and their eye for quality and exclusivity. This allows luxury brands to build a stronger, more loyal customer base, enabling them to not just stay afloat, but largely outperform the entire market. If you guys thought this video provided a good analysis of the most popular survival tactics used by luxury brands during recessions, then make sure to drop a like, and consider subscribing to see more questions logically answered. But until then, I'm Hari, and I'll see you guys on the next one.